I'm so excited about this. I've been jacking with this stuff for even before the podcast to try to get the video recording and a different background because of my room. Oh, man, really excited about that. So much for failing for part two, right? So this one's going to be a little different, as we can see with the video. I won't be able to edit the sound, or I don't say the sound, but probably the video as much of cutting out the spaces or doing ums or whatever, things like that. I want to talk about success, right? What do you consider success in a true failure or not, right? We talked about, I guess it wouldn't even really be a success. It would be more of a, what did you learn? Would that be part of a your failure or not, right? Because you can look back on your failures and go, what did you learn? Did you learn anything from that, right? And I'm not talking like even to the point of you really losing a lot of stuff, like a job or your car or your wife. You know, it reminds me of the '80s commercials. Don't do drugs, right? But something like that, some major fuck up. Maybe you lost a lot of money because the your business didn't go take off. Like, what did you learn from that? Where could you turn that I failed aspect to as I success? Some success stories, right? Maybe not trust as much or spend as much or document much. Like, or you want to document more? Like, what would be the success stories for that? Uh, Things that you don't do and that you failed. So if you did try to do it again, and would you even try again if you had a big enough failure that totally fucked some shit up? I know some of my failures, I think I learned a lot. You look back, or at least I've always looked back on any type of deals when I go, fuck, that didn't work as well. Let me look at what I've done and what did I learn? What could I fix from that from the next deal? Um, because out through my life, I've always done like, what can I do better? Where did I mess up? What, like in relationships, jobs, I look back and at all that stuff. Because God knows I've done some, I've fucked up in relationships and jobs. That's no doubt, right? To the point I've lost partners, I've lost a few jobs. Usually it has to affect with my personal life that was going on. Definitely the first time I got fired from a real job, like a corporate job. That definitely was a lot of personal life getting mixed in with that. Um, but yeah, so what would be some of the successful things or you learn from that? Because again, for me, true failure, right, will go back to the point of you didn't learn and you're making the same mistakes again. And I'm not saying, hey, I learned, I fucked up here, let me try again. Because sometimes you just fuck up and you're like, it was just the people or the time or whatever. So, so with that said, right, you look back on what's successful. Like, what was successful? What did you learn from that? Like, even if you failed, was there anything successful that you did? Did you experience something new? Did you that really put something on your map that you'll never fucking forget? Um, and some of those things I don't know. I know with me, like, would I call some of my failures with jobs or partners or with my motorcycle wrecks, did I look back and go, man, wasted money on stupid shit too, right? Can I look back on those things and go, what was successful about it? What was successful in that journey? And that might be a better thing. Like, what was successful in the journey, not when you gave up and you're like, I totally lost my dog, my family, my kids, right, and all that. Something like that. So I guess for me, some of that would be knowing what not to do. And I might have had a good time going through some of that with my partners. Definitely, if you want to consider me failing, getting both in both motorcycle wrecks, right? Go back to not listening to myself, or even doing stuff I probably maybe shouldn't have done on the bike or in the position I was in, especially the first one, right? I probably list a few things on that first bike ride that I shouldn't have done, or I may have been more cautious with. And definitely, I didn't do those things again, right? I definitely have not done that again, and I got some of my stuff fixed with my seat. But it's always one of those things that you never think it's going to happen to you, type of thing, right? So would I consider some of that successful? Probably. You know, not what to do, or maybe the journey was pretty good, even though it ended badly because of whatever D was. A, B, and C was fucking great, and you learned a lot. It was for you, great for you and your person, right? Especially if it was a relationship. As far as jobs would go, I would look at the one that I would say I truly failed at. That, yeah, there's nothing with that job per se. I could say I was a successful part besides my life was just totally fucked at that time, and it was just, yeah. I was just surprised when I got let go. They were nice enough as they were. Um, so with that said, let me hear about some of your stories. Right? Again, some of your stories about what you failed, what you learned about, what happened, how'd you recoup, if you even recouped yet. Um, I know for me, it took me a long time to recoup, a few years, few months. It just really depends on which part that I failed at or how big it was. Right? Some of my biggest failures, it took me years to finally fully get functional and ready yet. Um, that said, reach out to me. Go to the website. I filled that info. So I think I don't even know if that's the fucking right one either. Um, reach out to me. Check out the website below. Thanks, guys.